Okay, so the track has had to take a little bit of a break, seeing as my other screen broke. As you can see, I've got something different now. Not quite as good, but it's not turning on and off every 5 seconds, which is helpful. So what I've done is I've finished the entire structure with an ending. It really didn't take much though, because what I've done is the main chorus from this section here has now been copied to the end. I've added this sound here, which is again from Analog Lab. And that has just got a echo on, which is again a combination of the sort of reverb and delay mixed together, and a sort of high shelf cut over here. And then some of the other parts where it came in independently before, they're now sort of blending all in together. So this should be the bit where it's the final section, everything's in together. The other thing I've done is I created some MIDI in here, and this was just recorded by playing it in live on the monologue, and then I've played the MIDI back through from the computer once I've fixed it up. It really didn't take much though. I think I put like 50% quantize on, and that's all it took to get it sounding how it needed to. So then I played it back through and had this little synth solo. So in terms of the reverb, I've used the towel reverb again. Let me just drag this onto the right screen. I've used the same towel reverb as I did for some of the other instruments. The size is slightly different though, so that's why instead of using it as a send, I have just put it straight onto the track. So the amount is slightly less and the size is slightly more, so it gives the sense that it's in a much bigger room. And then some automation as well. So as you can see at the top here, this is a big volume automation. The reason for this is it looks like the track ends over here. It actually doesn't. It ends about here. I wanted to give the sense that the track was continuing after we'd finished listening. So I wanted it to have that sense of sort of persistence, always moving forwards and not really having a defined end. I think that suits something that flows in the way that this track does. To have it end that way with a fade is quite a useful tool. A lot of the other instruments had some very, very small amounts of automation on. So things like, it's a bit of a nightmare to find them. Things like the automation of the volumes on here where it stops. So you'll listen. So that's a complete reverb cut when it gets to that final snare. But the next job is going to be, I want to record some other instruments over the top of it. So I'm going to try and find some either a bass guitarist for this pink section here, and maybe not so much use the synth bass line that I've got in the moment. Or I could just do like a high pass filter, so it takes the low end out, and then I could have something different going on with a sort of muted bass type sound. But yeah, I'll give you a listen all the way through now, because this has started to come together to pretty much a finished track. There's a few bits I can add. I've got to mix and master. I want to put vocals over the top, and the actual structure is almost exactly how I want it, and we'll probably have very little change. Listen all the way to a fade. I'm sure you know what a fade sounds like, but just another idea I had whilst listening back to it then, something I might just take care of now, is if you listen to the snares, I think it'd be quite nice on every other snare to have a reversed snare coming into it to give it a little bit more punch. Just let's find a section. I'll just play from here. If you just imagine that snare coming in, that's something I might add. Oh, sounds terrible. The the arpeggiator is inside Analog Lab, so if you don't start it at the beginning of a bar exactly, it's all out of sync. But anyway, that's the plan for next session. Gonna have reversed snares coming in. I might record some more instruments, and then I'm just looking for vocalists after that.